What's going on, Forex family? Trill, FX trader. And today we're going to talk about the easy money scalping strategy. You can do this all day, every day. Just scalp. I know people who just be scalping all day and make a lot of money. Okay? So scalping is one way, if carefully done and with the right mindset and a strategy, easy money, no drawback. Make a whole bunch of tons of money doing the easy money scalping strategy, okay? So let's go ahead and get right to it. Now, why scalp? Some people are nervous. They like to see their money happen right then and there in front of them. They're not really swing traders or day traders. They may not even have the time to be those type of traders. So when they have time to trade, they trying to get it like they can. Get as many trades they can, scalp trade it, get on up out of there, all right? And you could catch a good amount of pips a day with the right scalping strategy, okay? And then there's a way to go about it to ensure that you are getting the best out of your scalp strategy, okay? So let's look at the chart right here, okay? So the first step to figuring out a good scalp is figuring out the direction of the market, okay? So what you're going to need to do first to start a good scalping strategy, you need to go to the hourly time frame. All right. The reason behind that is you need to determine if your scalps today are going to be a buy or if your scalps today are going to be a sell. You're not going to do both. You're not going to be saying, oh, I'm back and forth, because that's how you lose. You're going to have to pick one direction, focus on that direction, and make it work for you. Okay. So what you do first, you go to the hour time frame, the hourly time frame, and you need to set up two EMAs, okay? You need to set up the 21 EMA, and you need to set up the 8 EMA, okay? Now, right now, I have these positioned in a sell. So just imagine in your head, if it's a buy, it's just gonna be opposite. And I'm gonna explain it so you can get it, okay? So, let's say you have your 21 EMA and your 8 EMA, right? And you're on the hourly time frame. What you are looking for first is to see a nice smooth fan out going away from the candles, all right? Because when it's a nice smooth fan out and it's not like right up on the candles, but it's out more, that means you're in more of a stronger trend of whichever direction it's going. So if this was reversed and it was going up and the moving averages were far away, you're in a good buy. You're in a good buy. They're nice and fanned out, you're in a good buy. In this situation, they're nice and fanned out, so we are in a good sell here, okay? So we went to the 1 hour time frame. We may watch the market. We've even seen a pullback. Okay, now we got a good indication. It might be time to get in, especially boom, boom. You're seeing good. But most importantly, it's about seeing the big fan out away from the candles so you can know that you are in a good direction or about to go in a good direction. So this here with the fan out of the 8 on the 28 and the 12, let me say this, the 21 on a sell, the 21 will be above the 8 EMA. On a buy, the 8 EMA will be above the 21 EMA. Let me say that again. On a sell, the 21 EMA will be on top of the 8 EMA while it's fanned out. And when you're on a buy, the 8 EMA will be on top of the 21 EMA and it's fanned out on the way up on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, guys? So again, 1 hour, 21 EMA, 8 EMA. If it's a sell, 21 is above, 8 is below. If it's a buy, 8 is above, 21 is below. Now we know we are in a good direction when it's fanned out. So let's go for example of the chart here. We are on a sell, okay? So now that we've decided today, okay, market is going down in a good fan direction, we are doing sells for today. Then you go to the 5-minute chart. When you go to the 5-minute chart, you keep your 21 EMA and your 8 EMA, but you now add one more EMA. And EMAs are moving averages for those who don't know what that is. EMA is just another way for entering a moving average, okay? All right, so we got the 21, the 13, and the 8 now. So now we have 3 different moving averages to help us with this scalping strategy, okay? So now we're on the 5-minute chart. We are looking for 2 things. Market to be spread from our EMAs, our moving averages, and our moving averages have to be fanned out, again, in a specific order. When you are on a sell, it is 8 at the bottom, 13 in the middle, 21 at the top. When you are on a buy, it's 21 at the bottom, 8 in the middle, and 8 at the top. 13 in the middle and then 8 at the top. So again, when you're on a sell, 8 at the bottom, 13 in the middle, 21 at the top. When you are on a buy, 21 at the bottom, 13 in the middle, 8 at the top. First thing you're looking for. Second, market is fanned out far away from the bars. That means we are in a good sell, okay? We are in a good sell. Now, what are we looking for? The first pullback. All right? We're looking for, once it fans, we are looking for our first pullback. Now, it could be the second pullback, but this is the key. When the pullback happens, so we're in the sell, when the full pullback happens, this is how we know it is a valid trade. If it breaks the 8 EMA, but does not break the 21 EMA. If it breaks the 8 EMA and doesn't break the 21 EMA, we are in a valid trade. If it breaks the 8 and it breaks the 21 and it closes up by the 21, it is no longer a valid trade. If it closes anywhere up by the 21 moving average, this is now no longer a good scalp and you must find or wait for another position, okay? So again, market's fanned out. We got ours. We're on a 5-minute chart. We are waiting for the pullback. So let's say you get the pullback you were looking for. It breaks the 8. It breaks the 8, all right? But it doesn't break the 21 and it closes below the 21 and around here somewhere. Doesn't really matter. And you can also even see like a nice rejection right there. That is your trigger. That is your signal. That lets you know, okay, we're in a valid scalp trade. I can try to grab 5 to 15 depending on how this market looks. And this is what you're looking for, okay? So you get your trigger, you get your signal candle. It's broke the 8, it doesn't close above the 21. What you do first, you count back 6 candles. You count back 6 candles, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whatever is the lowest point from those 6 candles. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would have been the lowest point, right? You go 2 pips below that, 2 to 3 pips below that, and that is your entry point. That is your entry point. Alright, so again, after we get the signal candle, the pullback candle that breaks the 8 but doesn't break the 21, we've now got our signal, okay? So that's it, the candle closed, we're like boom. Okay, count back 6 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the lowest point of the 6 candles. Your pending order your sell stop or your buy stop, if you're going the other way, your sell stop needs to be that 2 to 3 pips from the bottom of that lowest pointed candle. And then your take profit needs to be 5 to 10, maybe 15 pips, depending on what you see in the market. All right. TP, TP, TP. 5 pips, 10 pips, 15 pips. Whatever you feel comfortable with in the market. If you can see going to 5, 10, 15 is totally up to you. But this is how you get your entry. All right. So again, we've done all this on the hour to give us the direction of market to determine if we're going to be doing buys or sells that day. Now we've gone down to the 5 minute, added our extra moving average. We see that it's fanned out, and so we know that we're in a good sell. Okay, so we wait, we get our trigger, we get our pullback. It was going down, we get our pullback. You see that it breaks the 8, but it doesn't close above the 21. We got a good signal candle. Count back 6 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take the lowest point of those 6 candles and go 2 to 3 pips below that. That is your entry point. Take profit, 5, 10, 15. You take all that money. Easy money right there. Easy money. All day, every day. If you stick strictly to this, stick strictly to this, wait for that pullback, you'll get your drop every time, especially if it closes below the 8 and doesn't break the 21. You know it's going for a good while, and you got all your indicators to show that you're in a good sell or a good buy. If everything was reversed, you count the same 6 candles, you know what I'm saying, and you'll be good to go. This is an easy money scalping strategy that I use every day. If I know I'm not gonna have a lot of time to trade, which sometimes I don't, and I'm moving around a lot, but I know I still can get some money, I'll put in my scalp trading, get a couple quick plays, and go on about my day. I'm not a greedy guy, so once I enact my strategies and get my money, I put my phone down and I come back the next day. Easy money scalping strategy. I'm telling you, if you enact this, this will work for you a lot. Now, what we're about to do is we're gonna go to a live chart with the live market, or it'll be on the demo, but it's still live markets, and show you exactly what I mean with the easy money scalping strategy and how you can take advantage of it every single day. All right, let's go. So let's talk about the easy money scalping strategy. All right, so again, it starts for us on the hourly. What we're looking for is a strong uptrend or a strong downtrend. And usually we're going to be at the beginning of market. Let's see what market looks like now. It may be able to give us something, it may not. So we'll see. So just give it a second here. But first thing we have to do is add our moving averages. Okay? So first moving average, we add is the 21. All right, and then we'll make that, let's make it like, let's do that. All right, and then after we add the 21, we're adding the 8 EMA. All right, and again, this is on the hourly, because this is to help us get whether we're going to be buying or selling on our scalps today. All right, so let's do, that's a bright one. All right, good. So let's take a look. All right, so we're on the USD CAD and we're on the hourly right now. Now, market isn't really showing us anything, so we'll just go back to the past and take a look at some areas. Okay, so let's start right here. This looks like a good sell. Let me move this out the way so you can see. Looks like a good sell. You have your 8 and your 21. They're fanned out. Remember, when it's on the sell, the 8 is below the 21 when it's on the sell. And so we look like we have a good area, right? So this is in the past. We're just going to go and look at some examples. And here's also another place that would have been a good sell area, right? So let me highlight both those areas, and we'll just go take a look at both of those areas for a second. All right. So we got that, and we got that. All right. So once we find our direction on the sell, we find it fanned out away from the candles. All right. We know we're in a good sell. Then we go from the hourly to the 5-minute. All right. So then we scroll, find our area. Okay. Here it is. Okay. So let's zoom out for a sec, see if we can find it. All right. So here's that sell area. Okay. Now, what we're looking for is the first area where there is a pullback. Well, no, I'm sorry. Let me say this. First, we need to add our third indicator, the 13 EMA. My apologies, guys. Add the 13 EMA. All right. And this is going to be kind of like our line that helps us know if it's gone too far or not. It shouldn't be resting on the other side of this line. This will help us determine if it's a valid trade. All right. So as we're looking, we're searching for areas where the market crosses the 8, but doesn't close on the other side of the 13 or the 21. So we're looking for a pullback where it crosses on the other side of the 8, but doesn't close on the other side of the 13 and the 21. Okay, for some reason I can't. Here's one right here. Here's a good one. So as you can see, it goes, but it doesn't close on the other side of the 13 or the 21. So what you do is you count back 5 candles from the pin candle, the signal candle. Once it closes on the other side of the 8, but doesn't close on the other side of the 13, 21, that's your signal candle. All right. That's the candle that lets you know, okay, it's about to go back down. All right. After the pullback, because it's fanned out. So that's the first pullback you were looking for. You wait for the signal candle where it taps the 8 EMA, but it doesn't close on the other side of the 13 or the 21. You now are in a valid scalp trade. All right. So after that, what you do is when it goes up, you count back 5 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So you count back 5 candles, and the lowest point from those 5 candles is your entry point. All right. And then you just take profit for 5 to 10 pips, whatever you think you see. All right. 5 to 10 pips. Don't try to stay in for 15. You don't need to try to do that for a scalp trade. 5 to 10 at the most. All right. So you scalp it. Again, you were looking for the first pullback with the EMAs fanned out. 8, 13, 21 in that order on the sell. You got your first pullback. It closed on the other side of the 8. It closed by the 8, but it wasn't on the other side of the 13 or the 21. And it can break it as long as it doesn't close on the other side of the 13 or 21. Has to just only be the 8. All right. Then you're good for a good scalp. And you catch good all right there. All right. Let's see if we can look at this other one. Okay. So here will be a pretty decent area. It's pretty fanned out. You got a quick pullback. It was close. It was close, and you could have used it. You would have had to really catch it and really know that was the pullback, but that would have been it right there. And again, once you get that reversal pin signal candle, you count back 5 candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the lowest point, you go right there. That is your entry point, because market is still right here. Or you could even go 2 to 3 pips below there. All right, and that's your entry point. Pending order, sell stop, 5 to 10 pips. That's all you need. 5 to 10 pips. Don't try to go for 15. All right. So again, you're waiting for that first pullback. When it's fanned out, when your EMAs are fanned out, you got the 8, 13 under 21 left to right, and you're waiting on that to get in for the scalp. Okay. So let's try to go out and find something for the buy. Let's see if we can find something for the buy. Go back to the hourly. All right. So we had this one. Let's see. This was November 20th. All right. So let's zoom in. We got our EMAs fanned out. Strong buy. EMAs fanned out. Okay. Let's see if we can find one more just in case. Let's take right there. Let's take right here. All right. So we got these two areas. We got November 20th. All right. So after we got our buy direction with the EMAs fanned out, we go down to the 5-minute. We find our area. Okay. So we got a couple of them right here. Actually, that could have been good entry points. Okay. So here, nice and fanned out, our EMAs 8, 13, 21 in that order, and we're going up. Boom. Comes across the 8 and the 13, but it doesn't close on the other side. So that was your signal candle, that red candle right there. You count back 5 candles. The highest point would have been your entry point. Right here. Even 2 to 3 pips above. That could have been a good one. Get in for 5 to 10. 5 to 10. Also, here was another good entry point. You saw the pullback happen right here. Closed on the other side. Again, so if you missed this one, it gave you another chance right here. You didn't close on the other side of the 13 or the 21, but cracked the 8. You 2 to 3 pips above, and you taking the scalp for 5 to 10 on the way up. Easy money. Easy money. Get on that M5. Let's see if we see another one right here. Let's move this out the way. Here's another one right here. Kind of pulled back. This would have been a little tougher. But no, with these two for sure. These two for sure. That one right there. Pull back, boom. You get in at the top of the last 5 candles. Count back 5 candles. You get in at the highest point on the buy. Boom. Take your 5 to 10 pips. Same thing here. Crack the 8. Tap the 13, but didn't close on the other side of the 13 or the 21. Highest point of the last 5 candles while it's down here. Boom. On the way up. Scalp. Okay. Let's see if we can find that other area. All right. Boom. Here we go. here goes one. You see it going up. The pullback you were waiting for is nice and fanned out. Tap the 8 EMA. Closed. You count back 5 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your entry point would have been right here. Market was down here by the 8. Here's your entry point. Boom. 5 to 10. On the way up, you wait on that first pullback. Boom. Bam. And you good to go. 5 to 10 pips. Easy money. Easy money. Even this one. It cracked the 8. It came and hit the 8. Started to go up that way, but you count up 5. You might have did a market execution right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Caught all 5 to 10 pips. 5 to 10 pips. Easy money every time. So I just showed you some on the buy, and I just showed you some on the sell. Sorry. The easy money scalping strategy. You can use this every day on pretty much any pair and come up with great results. All right. It's all about waiting on that pullback that crosses that 8 EMA. And once it doesn't close on the other side of the 13 or the 21, that's your signal. That's your signal. Count back 5 candles. And whether you're on a buy, it's the highest point. And if you're on a sell, it's the lowest point. That's your entry point. The lowest point of those last 5 candles or the highest point of those last 5 candles is your entry point. And that is the easy money scalping strategy that you can use every day. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. Enjoy.